Hello everyone. Hope you're doing great. This is Motorsport Progression, and I'm back again with another video. So I just want to talk about Marc Marquez here and what he's done this season on the Ducati. I mean, it's really impressive. And some of the previous championship seasons, you remember Marc Marquez when he came into MotoGP, he won in his first season in 2013. That's how good he was on the Honda. And I remember his teammate Danny Pedrosa was a really good rider, but Mark was just ahead of him. And when they announced last year, yeah, Ducati that they're gonna put Mark Marquez on the factory Ducati bike instead of Jorge Martin, I was not happy with the decision because I felt like Jorge was supposed to be on the bike for 2023. They didn't put him on there. Then he was supposed to be on the bike for 2024. They didn't. Sorry, he was supposed to be on there for 2024. They didn't put him on there. Then he was supposed to be on there for 2025, and then they put Marc Marquez on there. So I feel like Jorge proved himself here, by fighting for the championship in 2023 on the satellite bike here, Pramac Ducati, and he also won the championship last year on the Pramac Ducati. So I feel like Jorge put in enough performances to grant him being on the factory bike. But obviously, Ducati, when they were making a decision, they looked at the history of both riders and they said, look, we're picking the two strongest riders here, Marc Marquez and Francesco Bagnaia. So I kind of understand where they were coming from. But to me personally, I kind of knew Mark would blitz the field. Yeah, he would be just ahead of the field if he had one of the best bikes on the field. So that's why I wanted Jorge to be on that bike, and I wanted Mark to find like another bike to develop it and come to the front, which he could have done. But it was better for him to jump on the factory Ducati. So I understand that from there. And then looking at this season, he won the Thailand Grand Prix, he won the sprint race, and he won the main race. And then in Argentina, he won the sprint race and he won the main race. In United States, in Texas, he won the sprint race, and unfortunately, he crashed in the main race. Because it was a bit damp. Between turn 4-5 complex, he had a little crash there, and in Qatar over the weekend, yeah, he was bidding to bounce back. And then Mark, Mark as he is forever, Mark. He was very, very he was quite aggressive. On the sprint race, he won the sprint race, and then on the main race as well, he had a strategy to be conservative in the early laps and then push towards the end of the race, and he managed to do that. So to take the Grand Prix win there. So he's won 7 out of 8 races so far, and he sits on top of the championship because he lost the championship lead to his brother Alex Marquez after the United States Grand Prix, and he regained it back at the Qatar Grand Prix. And then the next Grand Prix is going to be in Spain. This Jerez, the Spanish Grand Prix in Jerez. So I'm looking forward to that. And Mark is used to that Grand Prix as well, so it's gonna be difficult. Right now, Francesco Bagnaia has a very difficult job to keep up with Mark. So he's got his hands full. But he didn't do too well in the sprint race, but he did very well in the race. To take the second position and to keep his championship hopes alive at the moment. So Francesco Bagnaia has his hands full, to keep up with Mark. But I don't think he has to change his riding style. He just has to, just try to be a little bit more quicker, and just keep his riding style, be a bit more patient, keep scoring podiums. And towards the end of the championship, if he's like 20 or 30 points behind Mark, he just needs to keep putting pressure on Mark, keep putting pressure on Mark. That's how he's gonna be. If he tries to be faster than Mark, he's gonna be difficult. He's gonna keep dropping the bike, which he doesn't want. So he just has to just take his time, and just put pressure and see how that works out. But at the moment, Mark is the quickest rider, and he's the best at the moment. So all credits are he has to get all the credit. And also, I just wanted to say to everyone, thank you for supporting the channel. I really appreciate that. And don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share to the channel. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel. You can also hit the notification bell. That really, really helps with the algorithm. And then you can like the video as well. That really, really helps as well with the algorithm. And then if you go any comments below, let me know what your thoughts are on Marc Marquez this season in the MotoGP, calendar. And also you can share the video on your various social media platforms, and you can comment.